Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my New York City vlog. I did not film an intro while I was there. I don't know why, but I did not, and I just got around like 5 to 6 minutes of footage, but I want to share it with you guys because it was like the most magical trip ever. It was my first time in New York City, and now I understand why everyone loves New York City. I feel like every person I've ever talked to about New York City, like, oh, I love New York. Like, there's just nothing like it. I've never experienced something like that. Different than Chicago, different than San Francisco, different than LA, just very different, and there's nothing like it. So I'm gonna input all of my footage that I have, and then at the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you guys kind of like my itinerary while I was there, because I feel like I packed a lot into a few days. What is going on with this piece of hair right here? And I wanna share with you guys like my must do's after going to like stuff that I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So glad we did it. But let's just cue the montage. I'm dead. Oh, look at the baby. Outfit night 1. These are the Aritzia new Bridger cargo pant. I have on this Aritzia Sculpt Snip strapless, little Schutz heels. I feel like such a woman, like a businesswoman. I put that Patrick Ta body glow on in the She's Bronzed. It looks so good. And then I have the little earrings on from Amazon with the matching bracelet. You guys, ended up at the Lululemon in Soho. Look how cute these shorts are. Oh my god. Look at Christmas in New York. Look at these ornaments. Oh. Shut up.
No, I don't think so. Here,
said, hey, you said, hey, you said, hey,
For my itinerary, I got there Thursday night. It's around 5-hour flight from SFO to JFK, and then to get from JFK to the city, like Manhattan, which is where I stayed, it was around a 45-minute Uber drive. Stayed at the Warwick Hotel, such a good location, very, very old school hotel. The Beatles stayed there. It was a very cool, very old, tinier hotel, but the room was actually pretty big, which was nice, and really centrally located to where we were able to walk a lot of places on Friday from the hotel, which was very nice. So Thursday night, got a hot dog at the food truck right across from where we're staying. That's like the amazing thing about New York. So there's literally like ice cream trucks, hot dogs, pretzels, like everywhere, on every corner. They're everywhere. It's so amazing. So if you're like hungry, it's like a good little quick bite. Friday, left the hotel by 8 a.m. Friday was the longest day. I think we walked around 9 miles, but it was, I feel like with trips, your first day, especially if you want to do all the touristy things, you know you're gonna be walking around a lot, you need to pack a lot in. I feel like you should always do it the first day. That's the day where you're waking up with the most energy, and you should just get that done. Get it done. So Friday morning, left at 8 a.m., got a Starbucks, walked to the Plaza Hotel, which was a classic. Have to go there just to look at it. So beautiful, and it's right next to one of the entrances to Central Park. There's a million entrances to Central Park, but there was one right by it, which had a really cute like little bridge to take pictures. So pretty, and got so lucky with the weather. It was like 75, 80, not too humid. It got a lot hotter, like I think the day after. Yeah, it was like a heat wave after, but perfect weather. Went to Liberty Bagels, so bomb. Went there twice during the trip, so bomb. Was gonna go to Tompkins Bagels, but it was a farther Uber drive, and Liberty Bagels was walking distance from the Plaza Hotel and one of the entrances of Central Park, so that worked. We went to Radio City and walked by FAO Schwartz, which is the really, really big toy store. That was like amazing. That just made me so excited to have kids. Like I'm already so excited to have kids, but like when I do things like that, I'm like, I can't wait to buy toys for my kids. Like that's gonna be so exciting. So went there, went to the Magnolia Bakery, which I got cookies, but they weren't good. They were like dry. Okay, sorry, my camera ran out of storage, so if the angle's different, that's why. I think I was talking about Magnolia Bakery. I got the brown butter sugar cookie. It was dry, but I think they're known for their cakes and their banana pudding, so I think I just ordered the wrong thing, but it was very cute in there. Went to pizza and got pizza at Bleecker Street Pizza, and this is in West Village. It's like a must-do. West Village is very, very adorable too. I would have liked to spend a little bit more time there. That was a great thing about going there too. I feel like we saw so many different areas that now I know what areas I want to spend more time in next time. Really bomb pizza, must do. I also know that Ruby DeRosa is really popular, and then I think there's one called Joe's Pizza that's like everywhere, I think in New York City, or I know it's in Times Square, I don't know. Went there, went to the top of the Rockefeller, which is, it's the Rockefeller Center, and it's called like the Top of the Rock. You have to buy a ticket. I want to say it was $40 for general admission, but such an amazing view spanning over like the entire city. One side had like Central Park, you could see Statue of Liberty from far away. So beautiful. I think it was like 62 floors up, and it was very amazing. I'm really glad that we did that because it was one of those touristy things I feel like you just have to do. Like you have to get that out of the way so that you don't necessarily have to do something like that next time. But I'm really, really glad that we went and did that. We saw the Empire State Building. we Ubered to Hudson Yards, which there's like an Equinox there. It's kind of near the water. And then there's like a newer shopping mall. I think it's newer. It looked newer from the outside. And there was something called the Vessel, which I don't think was necessary. Like, we could have not done that and I would have been totally fine. So that was something where I was like, whatever. We got coffee in the West Village, before I forget, at this place called Blank Street Coffee. It was so good. It was my favorite coffee I had the entire time when I was there. It was so good. I got a vanilla latte and it was a creamy, thick iced vanilla latte. It wasn't like a watery, too milky one. It was so good. That was so good. It was like my favorite coffee there. And then we also walked through the Diamond District. I think that's what it's called. And that was like one of my favorite parts of the trip. It's a bunch of jewelry stores, like line after line after line. And then you can go into like the actual marts where there's like multiple, like of just like, think of like counters, like clear jewelry store counters, but tinier ones, so that each person had their own little area. Such a cool experience. The one thing I wish I did was like try on wedding rings. We were talking about that. We're like, we should have done that. But we went there. That was like a really cool, I'm really glad that we did that. We just like stumbled upon it, which was amazing. I feel like that's what was happening too there, is like we were just stumbling upon these different areas. We're like, oh my god, when does it end? Like, this is so cool. So went there, went to dinner at a place called Emilio's Bellato. It's an Italian restaurant. Have to go there. No reservations. Very, very old school Italian. The restaurant itself is very small. I think there was only like 9 or 10 tables. It was very tiny. Food was amazing. The focaccia bread they give you, it was like chewy. I don't even know the texture with the olive oil. So good. The pasta was fresh. You could tell. And it was, I had the best cannoli that I've ever had there. The cannoli texture was unlike any other cannoli that I've ever had. It almost had the texture of like a frosting more. In the cannoli part, I feel like I've had it sometimes where it's like airy and crunchy. This one was almost like a fortune cookie, like thicker. It was so freaking good. I would go there like every time I go to New York. It was like so worth it. And even though it was walk-ins only, like there was a line, but I feel like we got there really early, so it worked out and we got in within like 10 minutes. Very old school Italian joint. Those are like my favorite type of restaurants, like the really old school ones that are tried and true, and they're delicious. So that was amazing. Went to Mr. Purple after, which I can't remember what area that was in. It's like a rooftop bar. Really cool view, just like a little bit too young of a crowd for me. I feel like it was a lot of like early 20s, which I'm 27. I'm in my later 20s, and it's just like not the crowd for me. Good music. It's just like not my cup of tea. I'd rather hang out with like adults, and it's just, I don't know, a little fratty, a little preppy, a little fratty for my liking, but cool view if you're younger. And then went to a place called Seville. It's at the bottom of a hotel that I could not remember. If I remember, I'll list it down in the description box. Really cool live music, really cool like kind of underground dark bar. Definitely more my cup of tea. A little bit of like an older crowd, like 30s and up, I would say, which is more my cup of tea. So that was really nice. Saturday spent the whole day in Soho, which is a must do. Friday was like all of our touristy things. Saturday was like, all right, we're gonna go to Soho. So fun. I feel like it's a must do. The shopping is incredible. There is like 4 corners that are like Lululemon, Aritzia, Vuori, like so good. Had lunch at a place called Balthazar, which they're known for their steak frites. Really delicious. And I feel like Soho is one of the best places for like a really good photo op. Has all the cobblestone streets and the really pretty storefronts. So I feel like that's the place to go if you want to take a picture. And then we went to, I think it's called Jack's Wife and Frida. That was a really cool walk-in only, sit down, really casual restaurant. I feel like good for like drinks and a quick bite to eat. And then we were watching all the skateboarders, so I was sending that to my brother. And then I got a vanilla soft serve with sprinkles from one of the food trucks. Delicious. My camera's dying. Sunday, Liberty Bagels again. Got completely lost in Central Park. It's so big, like got completely lost, so that was a bust. Went to Levon Bakery, another must. The most delicious chocolate chip cookie. I literally bought 4 and brought them home, and my family ate them. They were so good. Went to the 9/11 memorial, which was beautiful and very like literally gives you goosebumps, but very beautiful. The mall next to it was really nice too. It looked like a luxury mall. I don't know if all the spots are filled up, but it looked very, very new. Had dinner at Little Frankie's, which I think is in East Village, I want to say. Really good lemon Parmesan pasta, which is like what they're known for. It was bomb. And then lastly went to Dumbo House, which is a part of the Soho houses, and that was in Brooklyn, which Brooklyn was really cool, and I would have liked to spend more time there. Cobblestone streets, looked like and felt like maybe a little bit of a younger crowd, and just amazing. Like, it was such a pretty view and such a cool outside area, and the weather was so nice. Another thing that we did that day that I forgot about was we went to, I see, I'm like literally losing my mind on all of, oh, we went to Wall Street. We walked around Wall Street, so we saw that. So I feel like we did most of the touristy things that I wanted to do besides seeing the Statue of Liberty. That was the one thing I'll do next time, but I'll list everything if you guys want me to. Let me know in the comments if you want me to list anything down below. But it was such an amazing trip, and I cannot wait to go back. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon.